For me, growing up, this is in presence of hip hop because I remember when I started listening to hip hop, and I remember someone said to me, "You can't rap. It's an African American thing."
We just had this conversation the other
like
day.
only,
Yeah.
only blacks normally would
Yeah.
do hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to me, I was just like, oh, okay. Well, Orishas I was listening to Orishas at the time, and somos Latinos,
Yeah, of
you
course.
know. So
Yeah.
that's coming out. I'm like, that's contradicting what I'm saying. This guy's a Latin, and he looks black too. So he's Cuban,
Yeah.
obviously.
Uh,
So for me, that was understanding a bit of hip hop. But realistically, the first person that made me change my whole point of view was Eminem.
sure.
Okay, so when that whole Slim Shady, hi, my name is what,
Incredible.
all that came out for me, it was like, Dr.
Fuck
Dre's,
this shit,
yeah. There's no color in
No.
music. You just got to do killer tracks, killer music.
That's it.
And then as I started listening to Eminem, and I went through the whole African American LA West Coast style and a bit of New York.
Yeah.
Then I dabbled into Latin American rappers.
Sure.
Yeah, so this is Crooked Stilo, which are Salvadorians. Yeah, SPM,
Sure.
South Park Mexican.
South Park Mexicans.
Okay, and then Little Rob, Mr.
Yep.
Shadow.
Little Rob.
We had the whole low profile, all this Chicano base as well,
That's right.
because it was from LA.
Of course.
So
West Coast.
West Coast. So they ended up, since they all, regardless, there was Mellow Man Ace. He was Cuban,
All
but
the way back. Yeah.
he was in the Chicano rap team
Of
because they
course.
called it Chicano rap. Is taking
Yeah.
that name from
Yeah.
the LA
Kid
sound.
Frost.
Kid
and
Frost.
Even Cypress.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah, of
You know what I
course.
mean?
Yeah,
Psycho
yeah.
Realm.
Yeah.
So these are guys that I started listening to. I really, at the time growing up, I never liked to call it Chicano rap because I understood what Pun said. And I remember I watched a documentary of Big Pun, and Big Pun said, I'm Latin, I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm not a Latin rapper. I'm a rapper. I just do hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You don't have to actually
Yeah.
put me in a genre.
Yeah, I think there's naturally we all pigeonhole.
Yeah.
We kind of classify people into different segments and genres. And, there's probably a negative side to it, but generally speaking, it's just a way to kind of describe a sound or whatever.
Yeah.
Some people take a quite a negative thing to it, like, these kids are Chilean while they're trying to look Mexican, or these kids are Salvadorian while they're trying to, be
Mexican.
Chicano rappers or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess what I would say to that is, humanity, our history is always emulating and looking up to and learning from and assimilating all these different cultures from all over the world. Why can't kids dress like and act like and sound like someone who's from somewhere else?
That's right.
Like we've been doing that with hip hop for a very long time.
Yeah.
It is essentially a Black American culture infused with the Latinos because the Latinos were there from the start.
That's
in the
right.
Bronx and
In the Bronx,
in all the boroughs.
The DJs.
Puerto Rican, the Puerto Rican presence there is huge. The Dominican presence there is huge.
The breakdancers were mostly all
Yeah, man,
Latinos
100%.
sort of,
Yeah, definitely. I know, and even on the MC side as well. We had a brief chat about that on a show a couple of weeks ago, where I had an
When you looked
encounter
at the
with this
dictionary?
guy. Yeah, and we actually looked it up in the dictionary. You've been doing your research.
I got you, man.
My man, my
I
man.
support you. I support
Yeah,
you, man.
thank you, man.